Nothing said in this video is financial advice. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Investment Hunter channel. Today we're taking a look at Globus Maritime Limited after a request that I had earlier on this week. Actually do an update on Globus Maritime, and after the events of Friday, how could I not do the update this week is the honest truth on Globus Maritime. After we did see a massive price fall of approximately 31% I think it was on Globus Maritime from the Thursday, and the price fell at the close on the day actually was 26%. But the overall fall actually on the day at one point I think was approximately 30%, depending on which charts that you actually use, or what exchange you actually use, should I say. So yes, had to do a video today is the honest truth, couldn't not. But it's currently possibly not as bad as it could have been. We do have currently support that actually kept us the price falling lower, which was that previous low that was set back here in April. That's a very positive sign that there's no reason, if people are going to start buying on pre-market prices, why they couldn't have been offering and making purchases on the pre-market prices below that price. They didn't. They actually bought above that price, and the price actually rallied a little bit higher than that on the day as well. Not by much. I mean, crumbs at the lowest price on the day from $3.91. It cropped up there. Just shy of 4%. If you took an increase on 4% on most stocks most days, you're probably quite happy. But unfortunately, we did have a 24% drop before that. So that's relatively bullish. There was some recovery there, not a lot, but there was some recovery. Over the long term, I would expect to see further recoveries to come. But with all that being said, I'm actually going to go down now and go through some of the technicals and some of the news that actually caused the price to drop in the first place, and we'll try and paint a bigger picture, and I'll give you some ideas as to why I'm still bullish, still actually in the short term, medium and long term actually on Globus Maritime. So here's the news with regards to Globus Maritime and the reason for the reduction in share price. Here on yahoofinance.com, the article says Globus Maritime Limited announces pricing of $50 million registered direct offering. I'll not read the whole article, but Globus Maritime announced today that it has entered into a securities purchase agreement with certain unaffiliated institutional investors to issue 10 million of its common shares or pre-funded warrants in lieu thereof, and purchase warrants to purchase up to an aggregate of 10 million common shares at a purchase price of $5 per common share, and accompanying purchase warrant, or $4.99 per pre-funded warrant and accompanying purchase warrant, in a registered direct offering. The purchase warrant will have an exercise price of $5 per share, are exercisable immediately, and will expire 5.5 years following the date of issuance. Maxim Group LLC is acting as sole placement agent for the offering. The gross proceeds to the company from the offering are estimated to be approximately $50 million, assuming full exercise of all pre-funded warrants before deducting placement agent fees and other estimated offering expenses. The offering is expected to close on or about June 29, 2021, subject to the satisfaction of customary closing conditions. So basically, Globus are offering 10 million new stocks, or shares, should I say, actually out at a price below the current market value, or that there was on Thursday night. To be fair, devaluing the shares that are already out there. Not really a very good move, obviously, for current shareholders or investors, either in the short term. The long-term holders, that might be a bit different, because the company's going to generate more revenues with this new ship that it's bought. It's now generating more income, so to speak, or capital, so to speak, raised through selling these additional shares. That'll hopefully help again the company move forward in the long term to generate more profit and increase its share value. At least I'm assuming that's the idea. Will it actually happen? Who knows? All I do know is that if we sell now, or if I sell now, should I say? Remember, this is not investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But for me, if I sell now, I'll lose approximately, I think it's about 17% from the price I originally purchased in at, off the top of my head. So will I be selling now for the sake of 17%? Not likely. So I'll just hold my position as the honest truth, and wait and see what the long term outcome is for Globus Maritime. But I'm going to go through the technicals now, and we'll see, what the potential outcomes might be in the short term. But still, where I'm convinced we're headed in an upward direction in the long term. So back on the Globus Maritime price chart, we said before that the price on Friday did not fall below the previous low that was set back here in April of $3.85. Do I personally feel that the price is going to fall lower? Based on previous gaps that we can see on this chart, I would say yes, because we had this gap that was set here back in October, huge gap there, and it actually did continue to fall down. We had another gap here back on the 4th of December where it just continued to fall down. Another gap here on the 26th of January where it just continued to fall down. So would I expect this again as soon as it breaks that line? Yes, I would. Because even these bars here where the gap started were actually above previous supports. However, they didn't actually close on those above those previous supports. Although, sorry, tell lie, there was one there actually where it did actually stay above that previous support, but it did continue to fall down. So, I have to be, expecting that possibly going to happen. However, there is a little bit of hope, because after those falls, we did actually see recoveries. After, what's that, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, we did see recoveries of, 60%, 63%, sorry. Same again in here. We had another recovery, which was set up for 48% recovery. One more time down here, where we actually did another recovery of 59%. So is it reasonable to assume that should we fall down in here over a period of days, that we could see recoveries again, back up, possibly retesting this line of support, or possibly actually going higher than that, come back up to these sort of prices here. No reason why not. It's very possible. But that's what I would be waiting for in the long term. I'll wait to see if this price falls down, maybe just another 20%, 30% after this 30% drop here. Why not? So if I wait another 30%, then actually I'll possibly look at another buy position, because like I said before, I am long term bullish, and as an investor, not a day trader. If I was day trading this, I would probably wait for that fall to happen, as I've just mentioned before. Possibly do a buy in then as I see a turn, and then sell possibly one or all my positions at that price there. But I'm not a day trader, long-term investor. So for me, it's about getting a good average price between my buy-in prices. So I made some buy-ins here. The next point, if I buy down here, I get a good average price across the two buy-ins, and then going forward, I've paid less across the whole number of shares that I own, if that makes sense. However, I'm looking for the big percentage gains. I'm looking for the 500, 1000, 2000 kind of percent gains if they're possible. However, it'll get harder and harder to achieve those percentages if Globus keeps on reissuing brand new shares. But we'll just have to see what that's kind of like in the long-term future for me, whether it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line. We'll see where it takes us. But that's kind of what I see as regards to the short term, with regards to a fall off and where recoveries could take us to. I might do a little cheeky day trade myself actually, and wait for another 20 or 30% drop, and actually sell back out actually when it gets to this line of resistance here. Then again, I might not. I might just let it continue. Another possible argument actually could be some sideways movement now actually on the price chart for Globus Maritime. We've already set in these previous highs actually in here, where it's almost like a double tap sort of, or double top should I say, pattern starting to set up, and we've also had this double bottom. We've actually had the big drop that took place on Friday, still within this range. So we could very possibly actually sit here for a time and actually work our way up, and actually go back to the top of the channel for a triple top possibly, and then a breakthrough, or triple top and then make another bottom and actually fall lower. This could actually be a setup that's possibly there. If the price continues and stays actually above this line, then I should very much expect that. And I would dare say that, if I didn't see the price drop actually occur within the next, 2 weeks, then, I'll be fairly bullish that the price is going to continue higher. We could also actually consider is any kind of Fibonacci retracements actually in amongst that sort of range that would give us another reason to believe that would be the case. In the shorter term, we could actually put the Fibonacci on there and take that as the current bottom from that previous top. There we go. So, if we've got a price actually above $4.38, and maybe actually ideally a little bit higher, actually if we went to the $4.65 range. Let me take that channel off there so we can see what the retracement is. That's the 382. So if we got up to there, and even if it fell back again, once actually touching this sort of trend line from this point here, then that could be a possibility. Possibly find more support at 438 before continuing up, or you might have to actually find support one last time again. 390, was it 391? That's possible too. It's all ifs, buts and maybes really in this game, isn't it? But it's just trying to actually see what could happen and what we would like to see happen, and if those actual triggers do occur, then that gives us a reason to project something else going further forward when that time comes. But that's my sideways channeling analysis with regards to the chart. At the end of the day, the shares that have been now sold, or the shares that are going on sale at the price that they have been put on sale at, the money goes back to the company. The company has to do something with that money. They could be doing it actually purely as something to offset against the refinancing that they've taken on with regards to the new vessel they've purchased and all this kind of stuff. Whoever they're getting the money from may have said, yes, we can give you this facility. However, you need to raise actually some capital to put in the bank, and to do that, they've actually had to generate and sell shares. If that's the case, then that's probably just a business doing what it needs to do at the time to make its financials better. And if you read the financials, and there's actually some articles online with regards to the financials that came out in that Q1 report, that are actually very, very positive for Globus Maritime, and to keep that positivity going, there may be a bit of short-term pain for long-term investors. If that's the case, then that is the case. But I would very much be happier paying these prices that we're paying today, in this $4-5 price range, than paying the sort of $10, $20, $30 price range like people did back here, all the way through this time period. This is only last year. Obviously, we had the international pandemic, which certainly didn't help a lot of businesses. But these kind of prices are very, very cheap relative to only a year ago at $40. We're getting them at $4. It's almost like a bit of a no-brainer, and if that means a bit of short-term pain with regards to issuances of new shares and such like, and possibly the prices dropping further down, then so be it. I can take that on the chin, it's the honest truth. I'm on the right side of my risk to reward ratio. But we'll see what happens on Monday, when the market reopens again. See if we get a fall, we get a fall. If the price channels sideways, we get a channel sideways. And if it actually starts to recover and actually closes that gap, then great, we're no worse off. Either way, I'll be buying more shares if it drops lower. If not, I'll actually just very happily hold the shares that I've actually got, without any concern of buying more. Happy with my investment, and carry on forward. Either way, it's a win-win. Sorry, it's been a bit of a long video today, just over 14 minutes or so, but I just want to say one last thing, and that is just a little reminder in regards to, I do have the Investment Hunter Twitter channel page set up. You'll find me at Investment Hunt 1, or you can just type in Investment Hunter into the search box on Twitter. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe, and please leave some comments in the comment section below. And until the next time, happy investment hunting, and I'll see you in the next video.